All right. So the first thing I want everyone to update is, let me open up a notepad. Give me a minute.
But previous recordings also were not there for Selenium.
No, it's there, Vinod.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, yesterday's was not there.
No,
No,
evening
even
classes
yesterday.
are there, but only workshop. I received only today's workshop video.
Yeah.
Yeah, evening classes are uploaded.
All right. So let me open the Eclipse. Okay. So we were working on the Selenium testing, right? So let me just, today's Selenium day 5, right? So let me create a package for that. Okay. Let me create an entry class. Okay. So the first thing I want everyone to note down is Firefox, starting with version, I think 55 and above, I think. I'm not very sure of the number, but some latest version don't have support for Firebug and FireChat. I mean, FirePath, right? This was the problem, due to which Abhishek had suggested to go with Firefox version, older version of Firefox, maybe the 42 version, correct? Am I right?
Yeah, Vinod.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the previous solution we used to provide. Okay, I have actually worked on a different solution right now. The reason I'm not suggesting the previous solution is because working with the older version of Firefox and older version of Selenium is not a good solution. Okay, so what I would suggest is go with the latest version of Firefox. Okay, and also have the latest version of Chrome. Okay, and install another tool, I mean path, CrowPath. Just like Firefox has FirePath, Chrome has CrowPath. Okay, uh, just a minute, I have some questions. Chandana, you have any questions? I did not understand what you have mentioned in the question.
Yeah, Vinod. The code that you teach in the class generally upload it in the drive, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to learn the commands from that, and I think it was there up till Selenium session 2. After
Mm-hmm.
that, the code I couldn't find it.
Okay, I'll check that and I'll upload it. Selenium day 3 and 4, I think Abhishek handled it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll check with him and I'll get the code for that.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So coming back to this, there is another tool called CrowPath. Okay. So let's see that. Give me a minute. So let me bring up my Chrome. Okay. And in mine, I have already installed that. But for you, I'll tell you how to install it. Go to the Chrome Web Store. Okay. Then open the Chrome Web Store. Search for XPath or directly CrowPath. Okay, you'll get this is actually by an individual developer, but it is pretty stable and has good support. So you can directly install this. Okay, add to the Chrome. Sorry, I did not choose anyone for today. Samira, can you interact with me today?
Yes, Vinod.
Yeah. So Samira, you can install this. All right.
Mhm.
After you have installed this, remember you will have to restart Chrome. You just have to close the Chrome and open it again. Okay. Once
Okay.
you open, you will have an extension here. Right. So now,
Mhm.
if I want to do an inspect of anything, um, like I'm on this particular tool here, you'll have an option for crow path here. You see everyone? Do you see it here?
Uh, Vinod, can you show me how you drag this down here, like
I
down to
did
the
not drag
page?
it. I just right clicked and did an inspect. Oh, you mean
Oh, no,
how
no.
did I bring it here?
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah,
click this
actually it
icon,
gives.
right, it will come here like this.
Yes. Okay.
You have three dots here. Click
Mm-hmm.
that, and you'll have four options. How do you want it? Docket,
Okay.
docket to the left, docket to the bottom, and right. I used docket to the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. So once you do that, you will get an option like this. Now, if you click this arrow mark here,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you will get crow path here.
Okay.
Or if it is big enough, if your window is big enough, it will without the arrow mark, it will appear here. Once you click that, you will come to this page. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you
Yeah.
select any two thing, you will get the XPath for that.
Okay.
Okay. So why
Mhm.
am I not getting this?
Vinod, can you show us with an example that image? Like I tried with the crow path, I copied the path of XPath and I used it. It worked once, and for the next time when I was running, it's showing this element cannot be found.
Okay, okay, I'll show you some samples. Before I show the samples with CrowPath, let's go with Firefox also. Okay,
Okay.
now I will show you Firefox. Firefox also has the same extension, CrowPath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I go to maybe Salesforce. Let me open Salesforce. Okay, or maybe I'll go to login. Okay, let me inspect this. I have already installed it. You can install it by doing a Google search. Okay,
Okay.
here also the same lines. You have
Mm-hmm.
what is it? Yeah, you have Crow path here. You see that just like the Fire path.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can click on this inspect and you can take it here. So it will give you the relative XPath. Do you see that relative XPath here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the relative XPath.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then absolute XPath, then CSS
Oh,
selector.
okay.
Same is the case with anything. You just click here and here, anything in there. All right.
Okay.
And on the same lines, if you do an edit button here, whatever XPath is here will be editable here. So
Okay. So we can evaluate also?
yeah, you can do that also. So for example, if you want to see all the inputs, I just remove this and press enter.
Mhm.
You can see there are four inputs now.
Okay.
You see that? And
Yes.
each of them are coming here. First one, second one, third one, and fourth one.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is possible in here also. So I'll do the same here. Login.salesforce.com. Okay. Here as well, if
Mm-hmm.
I just select this here, you can see I'm getting right now this one XPath, relative XPath. I'll do edit and I'll remove this thing here. You can see there are many here.
So the right one is edit. The pen is edit, right?
Yeah, the pen is edit. So
Okay.
you select whichever you select, that should appear here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So it may work slightly differently in Chrome and Firefox. Don't worry about those things. Okay, but
Okay.
all you need is the XPath and evaluating the XPath. That will work fine. So don't worry
Okay.
how it is working and all that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay, all right. Guys, as much as possible, try to avoid the questions, typing the questions. Okay, because that will distract me. If possible, please unmute and speak up. That will be better. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coming back to the classroom. Yeah, so now you have a solution for latest version of Firefox, latest version of Selenium WebDriver, uh, and latest version of Chrome. So everything is the latest version, and our Selenium should work fine. And to check
Yes.
the X path, you can use the Go path. All right, instead of the Fire path.
Okay.
This is the latest.
Vinod,
Yeah.
even with using all these tools, I'm not able to find lot of elements. It's still giving a lot of error when I try to find the element. So,
We'll go through one by one. Okay.
okay,
See,
okay.
if we actually, if this also doesn't work, the other option we have is we can install. I think parallelly is the second version of Firefox also. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, but someone did tell me that
I I tried it.
yeah,
The
you can
developer
have
version, right? That you said.
yeah, developer version is one solution. The
Uh-huh.
other
I
one,
tried Firefox 47. I had
yeah.
Firepath and Firebug too. I copied the XPath or ID or something from there and used in the code.
Yeah, so you can do it in many ways, okay? So my solution, I suggest this would be the best solution. If we get stuck somewhere, then we can think about the next way to go, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But remember, this Crow path or Fire path is just to help you. It is nothing to do with Selenium. Your
Okay.
Selenium will work even without these things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So your latest Selenium will work on latest Chrome and latest Firefox. That has nothing to do with this. Just that the Firebug and FireTool, these are applications built by developers which are not working on the latest Chrome, I mean, latest tools. It may work sometimes, it may not work sometimes. So it is just a tool. Uh, but definitely that is done by a separate developer. But whatever you do, right click here and inspect, and here right click and copy XPath. This one you do, right? This will always
Yes.
work because this is from Chrome itself, and
Mhm.
in Firefox it is from Firefox itself. But it is
Okay.
just that you cannot do editing and evaluate it. All right,
Okay.
clear
Yes.
everyone?
Could you also show some examples today, about drop-down box and all that? That's where I think a lot of
Yeah,
trouble.
we'll go through
Okay.
one by one. Okay.
Okay,
I think
fine.
the last time Selenium, I mean day one,
We
day
had
one.
one example. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We know. We
I
know.
did so.
We know. Like we would feel better if you continues Abhi's class. Like he has given test cases, right? If you execute two test cases at parallelly,
Actually, test
so
cases
that helps
he'll
us.
be taking again. Okay,
Okay.
so test cases he'll be
So.
covering again. I'll be covering the locators. Okay, it's okay. He'll come back to the questions, and you also have the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
We will be answering each and every question of yours. So don't worry about it. I'll be there to
Okay.
help you. Okay, so don't worry that you're getting lost or something. Just
Sure.
that he'll help you with test case and all those some advanced stuffs in Selenium because he has more experience on those things. I'll help you with the locators and other things. Okay,
Okay.
and
Sure.
I'll also be there to help you with every test case, whatever issue you're facing. All
Mm-hmm.
we are expecting is you have to put in your efforts to solve it. It's not that without efforts you're asking me all the questions, then I won't be able to help you. But if you're stuck somewhere, I'll be there to help you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, and we have workshops another 4 weeks, so we have a long time, but get it resolved as soon as possible. All right,
Okay.
so
Okay.
don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Vinod, this is Silver again. Is it possible to cover handling frames or uh, uh,
We
tabs?
will cover it. We'll cover it. So
Because I
we
mean, in
yeah,
the test
I do
cases,
understand.
the
We'll do it
base.
one by one. So
Okay,
the reason yesterday Abhi gave you this is just to get an experience of what all you will see in a real world scenario. Okay.
okay.
We'll cover those test cases and everything in whatever places wherever you're stuck. We'll cover it one by one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinod,
So
sorry, one quick question. Like,
mhm.
what I meant when I requested for the code.
Abhinay, your voice is very low. Can you speak up a little bit?
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Oh, so the code that I was talking about earlier, in the code that is shared in the Google Drive. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I wanted to request on that is if you can send the code as is at the end of the class. That way it'll be easier for me to learn all the commands. I mean, in the class to Selenium session two, I found all the notes, but the commands I was coming up by myself, and it was taking hours to get it for that.
I didn't get you, Chandana. Actually, we are sharing the code. What change do you want us to do?
No, no. So for the Selenium session two, I went through the code and all the notes were there, like the
Mm-hmm.
title of selectors and all that. But the code as you teach us at the end of the class, you teach us all the aspects and all the code is there, right? So that code I couldn't find it in the file.
Okay. Today at the end of the classroom, I'll upload it and you can confirm it. All
Yeah,
right.
that's easier for me to learn all the commands.
Okay, fine. So, and I'll go through with those code again. But last time I did not create functions or anything, so it was a little bit confusing. Today I will do it in a better way. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now let's start with the Eclipse code here. Just give me just 2 minutes. So do you see my Firefox now? Just search for ProPath. It should bring up the page. ProPath for Firefox. So it will go to the add-ons dot thing, and here you'll have the button add to Firefox. Click this and it will install. All right. So shall we continue with the classroom, Samira?
Yes, Vinod.
All right.
Vinod, can you please give me few minutes because I want to do it, complete this.
Um, okay.
Actually, it is saying that Firefox installer, it is already there. It is updating it. Okay, I just clicked on update the existing one. And
Actually, it should go on fine. If it doesn't go, shall I help you during the workshop?
sure, yeah, okay. That's also okay.
Yeah. Right now, let's continue with the classroom. So in today's class, we'll be writing a lot of code. So I'll be creating functions so that it becomes much clear. Okay, is
Mm-hmm.
that all right?
Yes.
So first will be what we'll have to do is we'll create a function by name public static void um, initialize WebDriver. Okay, my WebDriver code I'll be placing it here. All right. So this code I have done it that way. So I'll have to also declare web driver. I'll just import the Selenium WebDriver and then I'll do this. Okay. So I need to make this static. Okay. So is everyone clear with this much of code? This was the code which we had
Yes.
initially started, right? So I just
Yes.
have a Gecko driver here. Sorry, this should be Gecko, right?
It works. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Gecko Firefox.
Okay. So I'll just call this function. Anyone having doubts so far on this one? Because this one was from the previous class. That's why I did a copy paste and
You have
Vinod,
changed both.
this is sorry, Vinod, this is Ipsita. I kind of missed a couple of class. Can you please explain again?
did you go through the videos?
Yes, I did, but if you explain, it will really help me.
Okay. So basically, what we are doing is we have a web driver, and the web driver is nothing but a tool or a driver which is going to help you in automating anything on the web. Anything, I mean
Mm-hmm.
anything you do manually. So here we are trying to do a automation of our manual test cases. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you saw the sample of test case what Abhi shared with you, right? So
yeah,
that is a
yeah.
sample test case, and that test case has to be automated, and to do the automation you need to control the web, that is the browser, using something, right? So this web driver will help you control it. And
Mm-hmm.
how do you initialize that? You have to initialize it like this. You have to create a new Firefox driver, and this Firefox driver is coming from Selenium.
Okay,
Okay, and
okay.
installation steps and all that I have covered in the video. So you
Mm-hmm.
install that, you create a new instance of the driver. Then this is not required at all. But just in case, I'm creating this because mine is a Mac OS. I'm running on Mac, so I'll be using this one. But if you're using Windows, you'll have to do this. So for that reason, because you may get confused with my code, so I have a if-else condition.
Okay,
So that even if you copy my whole code, it will work for you and for me as well. All right. And
okay.
I'm just visualizing the driver here.
And Vinod, so if we want to do it on the Chrome, then we can do driver is equal to new Chrome driver, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay. And everything else will be the same.
yes. It will be.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Next, I will create a function called OpenURL. Okay, I'll just minimize this. So the reason I'm creating multiple functions is because it will make things easy to understand. Okay.
Okay.
Vinod, can you show me how you are minimizing that part of the code, those
Uh,
lines?
there is if you go to the corner of the screen, right? I mean this tab here, you will have a plus and minus mark. You can minimize and maximize using this
So
under
for
a key.
every line there is that?
No, wherever you have open and close braces.
Oh, okay.
So I have an open brace here and a closed brace here. So this function can be minimized and maximized.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I have another function called OpenURL, and that will do nothing but driver dot get, and it will open the URL. Okay. Clear. So what I'll do here, I'll just minimize this as well, and I'll do paste open URL for maybe let's do with www.google.com. Okay, let's see if this is working fine. Something's wrong here. Give me a minute. Hmm, I think I missed the HTTP. Is that the reason?
You know, is
Yeah, it's
that should
working
be
now. You can keep it as HTTPS or HTTP. I just redirected. So this is working fine. Okay. Now the next step we will see is initially we had written code for in things like we'll now also write another function here, and this will use it for closing. Public static void, and we'll say close browser. The reason we are doing it this way, I'll tell you again, it is easy to understand and also easy to maintain. Like once you are doing many test cases, right? Once you're writing a lot of test cases, this structure will help you to just copy paste the function and it will work fine. Okay.
Okay.
All I'll be doing here is I'll have to do a driver.quit.
Quit.
Okay. And just before quitting, because if some result is displayed, right? We would like to see the result before the thing is quit, right? So what I'll do, I'll just do a thread.sleep here. So every time before closing the browser, I'll have to just wait for 4 seconds. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Will,
yeah.
do we have to do the driver dot get property and set property and all those functions also?
Um, you mean to say in the initialized browser? Sorry.
We're trying to run the Chrome browser, right? So, oh
This is
yeah.
a Firefox driver, Firefox browser. So this you already got it to work, right? So you can use the same code. I've just used the code which is working for me. You would have probably did, skipped the if else condition and did a system.set property for Firefox. Whatever Firefox code is working for you, use the same thing. So I'm just keeping it in a separate function. So this function will be whatever you use for yourself. Okay. All right, Samira, shall we continue?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just confirm if my browser is quitting with this. This should quit the browser. This yeah, just run it once. All right. It's quitting. Yeah, the quitting is working fine. Next thing, uh, let's see. You wanted to do a click of login menu, right? So let's
Yes.
see how to do that. So let's go to our Chrome. Let me use this. Have a different ID. Yeah,
You can go with the Salesforce, right?
yeah. So I'm going into the Salesforce. Uh, I'll try to get the login. Okay. Uh, give me a minute. We'll come to this in the end. Okay. Before
Okay.
I close, I'll just show you other steps. So
Mhm.
I'll go to salesforce.com. Okay. This one, I'll just do inspect. And here you can see I have this.
Login.
I'll use this one, this div. Okay. Remember, this is a combination of 3 items. Okay, so you see here you have a div. Inside a div there is a drop down div. I mean it is actually a div but named as a drop down for class. Okay, inside that they have a h reference and inside that they have a URL and many things. Okay,
Yes.
your click is going to work no matter you click on the link or on the image or anything, right?
Yes.
So you can actually take the reference of this one, A, or the UL, or the div, or this div. I would
Okay.
prefer it to be the div which is outside, so that it will.
Okay.
Okay. So I click here and I copy the relative path. Okay, and I'll just show you. I'll create a public static void.
Login.
Yeah, click login menu because it's just a menu, and
Okay.
here I do a web element, and I'll say login equal to driver.find by .xpath, and I'll go back to my Chrome and I'll copy this and I'll just say login click. Okay, and we'll just call this login click method here.
Okay.
Okay, this should log in, and after 4 seconds it should close. Oops, we are still in the sales. I mean, we did not give the URL for Salesforce. So let me just give this URL. Let me try it again. Okay, the click is working fine. All right. The next is user ID and password. So for that, I'll just, if you're all comfortable, I'll just copy paste this code to make it quick. Just a click
Yes.
of button, right? So login into
Yes.
Salesforce, I'll just take it.
So are you copying all the code again?
I'm just putting it in the proper structure so it is easy for everyone to understand. Okay. And I want everyone to follow the same standards. I
Okay.
don't want everyone to write the code, keep it in a separate functions so that you can comment and uncomment only this part. Need not comment the whole code. Okay, because
Okay.
if you remember in the last code we had a huge set of code, right? Now I'm just putting it in
Yes.
the path. So this is for login. So I'm just adding some user ID and password to login.
So we know this is all happening with the Firefox driver, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now if you wanted to do with the Chrome driver, right? All you have to
Yeah.
do is initialize driver function is there, right? Just that you have to
Right.
change. So the remaining will work fine.
And import the Chrome driver also, right? In the top.
So yeah. So this function is there, right? This is just a web driver always.
Yeah, yeah.
This will be changed to Chrome driver. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, and that should work fine. Okay.
Vinod,
Did
can you expand the other methods, please?
which method do you want to see?
Actually, you are
The other four.
on Chrome only. No, you are not doing this in Firefox. Are we doing this in Firefox?
Yes, we are doing it in Firefox, right?
Okay. That you had Chrome. I thought I saw Chrome there. Sorry. Okay.
Even I also saw once. I was just having out.
No, Chrome I was using just to get the XPath. If you want to see the Chrome driver, we can do that. It should work
Okay.
fine.
Okay. 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 No. 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 Now I understand. Sorry. Okay.
All right.
Vinod, I'm
Mhm.
giving this same link, means https www.salesforce.com, but it keeps going to sign up page, Salesforce sign up page.
Maybe it has /login at the end of the link.
No, even I gave that also, but
Let's see.
still it's going to sales only to the
Then
sign.
copy
sign.
the correct URL then in that case. Maybe there
I
is some
did.
redirection happening.
I might have tried more than 20 times, so still it's happening the same thing. I don't know. That's what I kept for tomorrow workshop, so I need to ask you.
You can clear the cache. Try to clear the cache.
To clear the cache means in web browser or?
Yes, yes. In the browser, if you clear the cache, it will reset everything.
Okay. Okay, let me try that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And here the login is working fine. And I forgot to tell you one more step. That is, give me a minute. In your drive, yeah. Right here. I just got up my drive here. This test case folder was shared with you, right? There in this folder, there is another file by name Salesforce Login Authentication. Okay, this has a series of steps. To do this, you'll have to first switch over to the classic view, which you can do it after you log in through your account. You can change it, and after you switch over, these are the steps. If you follow these steps, right, it will not ask you for verification code every time you log in. Otherwise, every time you log into the Salesforce, it will keep reminding you to enter the Salesforce verification ID. All right,
So we
everyone.
know that just a suggestion with this in the morning I was doing. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be nice if there is one comment written on the top, like to switch to the classic mode, because I was trying in the normal and I was not able to find the setup link. Then when I went to classic by myself, then I then thought that okay,
Yeah, I'm just telling it. Okay, we will try to edit it.
yeah.
It's a lot of effort actually. We are working on many things, right? So
Yeah, I
I'll try
know.
to do it the next time. But for now, just note that you'll have to switch over to the classic view. So and how to do it is I'll just show you here once if you're not clear.
Okay.
After you log in, you just go to your accounts page here. Where is it? Yeah. Once you go to the accounts page here, switch to Salesforce Classic would be there. The moment you click this, it will come back to the old style. Okay.
We not
And you can,
we,
sorry,
we cannot see in your screen. All that is we can hear you.
is it? Others, are you
Yes.
able to see my
Now
Classic?
now I can see
I
your
can
screen.
see. Yeah.
I think
Now we
there is
got it.
some. Okay, that's probably some internet issue. But others, are you are able to see it, right?
Yes.
All right. So switching
Vinod,
back to the Lightning view, you just click this and it will go back to the back, to the original Lightning view. Yeah.
Vinod, one quick question. Sorry to interrupt. I just able to download the CrowPath for Firefox, but this XPath, how you got that? How you are able to see that XPath? How?
Okay. You saw how I opened the Crow path here, right?
Yeah. Even I see that CrowPath in my thing.
So here you see XPath, relative XPath, absolute XPath, and CSS selector.
Yeah. Yes.
So you just click on this and it will copy it for you. Instead of selecting the whole thing, you can click on this and it will copy
No,
this
no, no.
XPath.
But the path is it is empty.
So you have to actually select the element. So if you
Yeah,
want
I
this
did.
element,
Okay.
it will select that.
Okay.
And if you are talking about this text box being empty, is it?
No. Here, XPath, relative and absolute path. That path is showing empty.
Okay,
That
it will
nothing
actually
is.
come after you do the selection. And after that, if you want to really edit it, you can click on this edit button and do the modification here. If you want to dynamically change something here.
Yeah, but first it is showing as empty. Let me quickly try that. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but I just want to follow you. What you're doing.
Yeah, sure. All right, that should work fine. Um, Assuming that, let's proceed to, yeah. So,
Vinod,
mhm.
yeah, now this is a challenge. Just go and switch to the classic view or something by using this image button so that it will be clear for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. This image is not selecting. If you can show us, it will be helpful.
You mean to say via Selenium, is it? Or manually?
Via automation, yes.
Okay, automation. We'll do it at the end of this classroom.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
definitely do
Yeah.
it. I just want to just cover up few things. Okay.
Vinod, also can you show the administrator tab?
We'll do that in the workshop. See,
Okay, thank you.
that was actually the whole test case was shared with you because you need to get an idea of how the whole test case is created. Now, instead of giving step by step, we just shared all the 32 test cases with you. 32 or 36, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so we'll go through one by one. We still have 4-5 classrooms of Selenium to cover all those. Okay.
Vinod, can you please show me at the end of the class? I don't want to interrupt the class, but I'm not finding the path.
Okay.
But
Fine.
at the end of the
Fine.
class, you can show me. I will
Yeah.
share my screen later.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So continuing on this, so we have done a successful login. Okay. And see, instead of giving the sleep here, I would prefer to give the sleep in the login class because every time we log in, we need to verify. So after I click the login button, I need to sleep here. So this will make sure your code is very clear. You are just clicking on login menu, then login to Salesforce. Okay. So this will be much easier to understand. After we do the login, the next thing I want to cover is selecting the radio button. Okay. So for
Okay.
selecting the radio button, did it work that time? The last time, I think drop down was the issue, right? Radio button was
Yes,
fine. Drop down was,
drop down
yeah.
was the issue, and
Yeah.
it worked, I guess.
No, drop down did not work, right? Drop down had some
Yeah,
issues.
drop down didn't work.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Drop down
Actually,
had problem.
I tried the drop down. All our code is correct, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is with the Amazon website. They have done something. I'm not sure what they
Okay.
have done. The drop down in Amazon is not working,
Okay.
but rest everywhere it was working. So I just found a different URL where we can try our code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll just show you that. So next is okay, I'll just comment this part because this was with Selenium, right? So I can comment this much alone. The remaining we need not comment it. Okay, again now what we'll do is okay, share, and I'll say I want to create okay, first of all I'll just open the URL. So this is another website. Okay, I'll just open this to show you. This is, I think we use the radio button also from this whole same website, right? That is my Chrome. Did I close it? I just open this URL. Yeah, in this URL, here, okay, this was for radio button. Okay, give me a minute. I think I chose the wrong URL. I'll open another URL. There is another sample form here where we have menus and drop downs. Okay, so this will be the drop
Okay.
down right out. We have Windows 7, 8.1, and 10, right?
Yes.
So I'll just take this URL and here we can say paste this. So Selenium will now open this URL. Then I will write a new function, call it as uh, select the dropdown. Okay,
Okay.
1 minute. We'll have to declare that. So I'll do that here. Can we private static void, and then here we can actually do web element uh, select menu. This is the same code what I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Find element by XPath, and this time for the expression I'll just leave it empty, and then okay, I'll just fill the XPath so that I don't confuse you. I'll go here, right click, inspect this. Okay, here you can see the select this here, and then take this XPath from here. Okay, so I want to select this is a select option which has three options here, Windows 7, 8 and 10, right? So I'll go to the select
Yes.
option, select tag here, and copy this XPath. If you go to the options here, that will be wrong, because I want to choose a drop down and then choose value within it. So I should be on the select tag here. So the select tag,
Vinod, can you tell us again what did you do here? You have
see,
selected Windows 10.
in HTML, right? In
Okay.
HTML,
Yeah.
how do you create a drop down? By using select tag, and inside the select tag you'll have option tag.
Okay.
Correct? So when you're
Yeah.
taking the XPath for a drop down,
Mm-hmm.
you should be clicking on the select tag, SELECT select tag, not
Okay.
on the option tag. So click on the select tag and then copy the XPath.
Okay.
Okay, then put it into the select menu here. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and then create a select. Okay, give me a minute. And I'll pass the select menu here. Alright, then okay, this is supposed to come from Selenium. I'll import that. Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just do a Control Z. I want to inform you one more thing. Here you will have, sometimes you'll get two options. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but make sure you're choosing the Selenium, because
Okay.
select is defined in Apache, some generic function also, but I mean generic class
Mm-hmm.
also, but use the Selenium option here. Okay,
Okay.
all right, and after you do that, you should be able to do things like select dot select by visible text.
Index visible text.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can do there are three options. We'll do one by one.
Okay.
Windows 10. Okay, I want to select by visible text and Windows 10. Okay,
Okay.
visible text is nothing but your code here. So you see whatever is here mentioned,
In
Windows
the drop
7.
down. Yes.
In the drop down, whatever you see, those are the visible text.
Drop
All right.
down. Yes.
So there is a Windows, then space, then 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. One more thing. Give me just 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'll just run this. So it should open the URL, and let's see. Yeah, Windows 10 is selected. Okay, and it is closing this. All right,
Okay.
and this can be done in another way also. So that is shell dot select by value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and value is nothing but what you see in your HTML. So if you go back to your Chrome here, you see the value here, which is Windows dash 10. You see
Yes.
that here. So we can do that by value. So we'll say the same thing, but instead of the space, it will be dash. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
this should also work. So let's try this. It is working fine. Okay, I'm sorry, it just closed before I could move the browser. But yeah, it is working fine. All right.
So Vinod, one question here.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have the select tag, but we have a div tag there,
If you have what tag?
the div tag, div,
Div is not a select. Div is a normal div tag.
div
So
tag,
for
yeah.
that,
For
yeah,
that, how would we get the XPath then?
you just take the XPath of div, but you need not do this perform this operation there. You can directly perform clicks. So you're talking about the login, right? For
No,
the
no, the user profile thing
yeah,
where
yeah,
we
we'll
have.
come to that. I just
Okay,
wanted to cover up this select, but whatever is done as a div is not a select. Okay,
okay,
these things will come usually for states. You have state country drop downs, right?
hmm,
So in those places you'll have this select. Okay,
okay,
and
okay,
you can also do it by index. I'll just write the code, but we need not do it. Select by index also you can do. Okay, and whichever index you want, you just choose it. That will also work fine. Okay, and now let's move on. After this,
For
we want to
multiple
do.
select?
Sorry.
For multiple select?
So this is just single select, right? Drop downs will have just single select.
Okay.
Yeah. And did I cover the mouse over?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So can I skip that today?
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
Yes, we know.
All right. Just give me 1 minute.
Vinod, is it hover over you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, hovering.
That is done using actions, right?
Actions
Yeah.
plus, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Build,
Okay.
perform.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just put in that code to show you. So that I'm just doing this code here because you have it as a reference. All right. So I'll just add this here.
We know here action dot move to element. You gave the name, tag name or something. Okay, okay,
So
okay. Account name. Nothing, nothing.
it's
I
a
got it.
function. I'll just show you how it is working.
Mm-hmm.
I just copy pasted the same code, so it's not anything different. So it'll go to Amazon. You should be able to see that. See that? Sign in is happening. All right. So have this code for your reference. Now
Okay.
we'll move on to the next one. Okay, and I want everyone to follow the same going forward whenever you're writing test cases, right? Avi will actually
Yes.
go one level further and create multiple classes for this. So
Mm-hmm.
until he covers that, follow this structure where everything is in a function, and you just call this function and comment this code. Okay, so this way you'll be clear on what is happening where, and it won't be confusing. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now did I cover right click?
No.
Okay, so let's try right click today. Okay, so I'll write a new function for it. Okay, we'll perform right click on uh, mm, mm, give me a minute. We're lost. Okay, let's go back to my Chrome. We'll go back to our Salesforce. I'll log in.salesforce.com.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you see this forgot your password. We'll do a
Yes.
right click. Let's try a right click here and
Open.
open a new tab. Okay, so we
Okay.
can do that in multiple ways. I'll tell you one of the ways here. Okay, we'll
Mm-hmm.
go to our code here. So here, before I do that, I need to get this XPath, right? So what I'll do, I'll just select this over here. I'm sorry. So I'll just take this anchor XPath here. Then I'll go here. Here I can do actually a web element link for any
Forgot
operation you want
password.
to do. Sorry,
Nothing, Vinod.
for any operation you want to do, first you need to get control of the locator, and then only you can perform the action, right? So
Yes.
I'll do find element, then apply XPath. Is this okay? Now after doing this, you can do action.
Actions.
Okay, and action is equal
Put
to action
actions of link.
actions of driver actually, because this will be perform the driver. Then after
Mm-hmm.
that you'll say action dot context. Context click is actually the right click. Okay,
Okay.
and you can actually send an empty parameter or you can send the link, because we want to click on the link, we'll pass the link.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll say send keys. Okay, um,
Enter.
yeah, no, right click, and then first we have to probably, okay, I'll just show you first. I'll do
Okay.
arrow down.
Okay. Narrow down.
I'll do this 2 times because I want to choose the second option. Then
Mm-hmm.
finally, the third time I'll press return. Return is nothing but your enter, right?
Okay.
So I'll put it into the next line so it is clear. Send key, the send key again. Okay, yeah, I just need 2 times. Then again return. Then finally, I can do a build and perform.
Dot build.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll do a right click here. For that, I'll have to open this URL first, and then I can do a right click. Okay,
Vinod, when we have to do this build and perform?
whenever you have actions, you need to do build and perform.
Okay.
Everywhere, every time
Hovering.
you're actually, it's like setting up the action and then performing it. It's like that.
Okay.
Vinod,
So yeah,
you have only given open URL, then you need to log in.
so I'm not
Login, right?
logging
This
in.
is not by yourself.
So there is no forget password, right? I need to go to the login, click, and then do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just quit it. Give me a minute. So actually, the you can directly go to login.salesforce.com or go to
Mm-hmm.
salesforce.com, and we have anyway click login menu, right? Separate function, so that it goes
Yes.
to the login page. So I can call that here. So now you see why I did it in separate functions. You can easily call this and everything will work, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So first it should click on the login, and here it did a right click Um, no, it did not work. It did a right
Actually,
click.
click login is going to login. You need to enter username. You need to hit login button. Then it should show forgot password. Then you should go into the link, I guess.
No, no, that's not the problem here. Actually, see, what we are performing is we did open Chrome,
Mhm.
we open this URL, then we clicked on this login button here.
Yes.
Resume this page. Here we get this forgot thing. Right click we did. This much is working fine. After that, I think down arrow. This is not working, right?
Yes.
Vinod,
You give 2 times.
I'm
It's going to.
Mm-hmm.
Vinod, I'm not sure if we can handle the OS level dialog on this.
Is it? Uh,
Yeah.
I, I'm not sure. Right click did work fine. So context is working fine. So okay. So arrow down and return is not working, right?
Hmm.
But
Maybe for
we can use down and up arrows. We can use in by giving this action.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do click after arrow downs?
We need to give enter so that it will
Yes.
give
And
keyboard
return.
operations.
Keys dot
It's
enter.
Mm-hmm.
keys dot enter we need to give.
Where?
In line number
Near
one
return, you should replace with enter.
enter.
Return is what is enter, right?
I don't know, but I use with the enter because we are performing keyboard
Keyboard
operations, right?
operation, yes.
Mhm. It is actually clicking that link and immediately navigating there. Uh,
Maybe you need to give some time interval.
let's
Sleep
let
dot
thread
waits,
dot
yes.
so context click the link, then after that, how do you perform it? You can only do a send.
maybe
Context click dot, you can keep a semicolon, you can give in a next statement like context click
So
action dot
basically,
context click dot send and keys dot enter.
so you want to perform this one first, right?
Yes.
So right click is happening. Now after this one, okay, I just comment the close browser. Okay, this much is happening. Now I need to pass this, and this. So how do I do that? I'll try to perform an action again.
Action dot context click of link.
Uh, Send keys directly enter.
Okay.
Send keys.
Arrow down.
I cut it so I can paste it here. Build and perform.
Build dot perform.
Yeah, I've done this. So I'll just tap it here. Okay. In between, I'll just give a sleep of maybe 2 seconds. Hopefully this should work. Let's try that. It is actually working, but it is just that it is staying here. I mean, this context menu is staying here. What I mean by that is, here when we did not write this code, it did not open up the page, right?
Yes. Actually,
Now,
it went to the link. It opened that pop-up actually. Till there it's going. It's not navigating through the drop down.
yeah, we are not able to see it navigating, but it is happening is what I'm telling. See, I gave a 2 seconds delay. So for 2 seconds, it did not open the link. After 2 seconds, it opened the
You can
link.
go for 10 seconds, then maybe.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, I'll do a single arrow down so that it opens in a new tab. Let's try that. It did a right click. So the first option is new tab. Let's wait for 10. It's waiting for 10 seconds. See, after that it is going here.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, it did.
I hope that is what is happening. Maybe you can try it with 3
It should,
times.
Vinod, it should open a new tab, right? It is performing the same tab.
That's what I'm wondering. I think the enter is getting called, but the arrow down is probably not working. Let me confirm that. Are we running this?
It's not opening a new tab.
I think instead of arrow down, do we have any alternative?
Arrow down, I learned arrow down and arrow up. Mm.
Uh, I'll just bring up the window. Let's see now.
Maybe tab goes to the next one, right? I guess tab.
Arrow down is not working. Tab. Let's see if there is any alternative here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything like a down? Yeah, we have down keys, right? So
Yes,
let's
down.
try. Let me try this much. No.
No.
Okay. So the click, I mean, the enter is working fine.
Mm-hmm.
Keys dot enter, but it is not actually doing in a new tab. I'll see and I'll get back to you on this. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
Can we
one way.
try keys dot return after keys dot down?
Sorry.
Can we try keys dot return after down?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll try that. Even that is not working.
No.
I
Actually, arrow
sorry.
keys dot arrow down should work. I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah. Actually, it used to work before. See, that's the issue with see. If we did not have all these issues, right?
Yes,
You you guys wouldn't have got a job.
That's
This
true.
is what your day-to-day job would be in your company. Things would work today, things won't work some days are later. Because
Yes.
every version they keep changing things here and there. It could be Selenium they are changing, it could be the browser they are changing, or it could be
Hmm.
many things they are changing, right? The application
Yeah.
itself could have got changed. So your day-to-day job would be to deal with all these things. So,
Hmm.
it does happen. Like the same code used to work fine just a couple of batches back, maybe 6 to 8 months back. It used to work fine. I'm not sure why it is not working right now. I'll have to investigate and get back to you. So that was the same case with Dropdown also. That used to the same code used to work for Amazon. They have done some changes.
Vinod, small. Can we try like this? Action dot context click of link dot
Mhm.
keys dot down. Maybe it will navigate. See here we are passing only action, right? Action dot send keys. Did you get me?
But we tried that before, right?
No, no. We have tried completely like here in the second action dot context click of link. Here you can give it. Yes,
Like
once
this.
try this way. Yeah, yeah.
Mm, okay, let's try. I don't think this is making any change. We can try it anyway. Still the same result.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll see if I can fix this and I'll get back.
Okay.
If you restart it, like just close the Eclipse and reopen the Eclipse, then it might have chance to work.
No, no, no. That won't make a difference. Eclipse is just a compiler, right? So that will not make any difference. If you have any compiler error, that time restarting Eclipse will help.
Hmm.
Vinod,
So, yeah.
Vinod, sorry to ask again, but can you try again this one like keys dot arrow down and keys dot enter with the same thing we did before? Action dot context click of link send dot keys dot arrow down and keys dot
No,
enter.
sir, I think that will not work. We tried that already. Maybe you can try it and let me know in the workshop if it worked.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next one. I'll see if I can get a solution for this and I'll get back to you. Okay. Um, okay. There's one more thing we can do. Um, I'll just write this as a separate function. Private static void uh, open new tab. Okay. Here, I can get the same forgot password link. Okay. And then I can perform a new action and I can take the link. Action has to be on the driver. Okay. Then dot key dot key down. And in my case, I need to send the command. Okay. In your case, this will be control for Windows. Okay. And then after command, I'll do a dot. I'll say click. Okay. Then I'll say dot. I'll say key up. First we did a key down, then we do a key up, and this time again we'll pass keys dot command.
Vinod, what is control for Windows? Like which key is that?
So it's same, instead of the command it will be control. like this.
Control for command. Okay, okay. Control.
Because I'm doing on Mac, mine will be command. Okay,
Okay.
and dot build finally, and dot
Perform.
okay. Let's. I think I need to pass the link here because I need to click on the link.
Yes.
Okay. So whatever the link I've got here, I can pass that to this. So I'm doing the control. I'm pressing the command and then clicking on it. Okay. Then yeah, let's try this one. Let me comment the right click and let me try to open it with this option. Okay. Let's try this. Yeah. Now you can see the forgot has opened here in new tab. All it did was it pressed the command and then clicked on this link.
Okay.
Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
This way
Yeah,
of opening the new tab is working fine. But passing it through the context menu is not working. I'll see if I can solve that. All right.
Okay.
I'll just uncover the closed browser and I'll fill my all my. I have a lot of Firefox open now. I'll just quit. Give me a minute. So
Vinod,
far,
can
do
you
you have any
explain
doubts?
can you explain once open new tab? What did you do inside that function?
See, how do you do open new tab? You have to click, press the command, and then click on the link. Correct?
Yeah,
Do you know that option? If you click on the link, it will open in the same tab. If you
right.
control and then click, it will open in the next tab.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So what I did was I did a key down. Key down is to hold the command. Then
Okay.
I click. Then I do the key up. So this
Oh,
means I'm holding the command and then clicking.
control and then click. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
So I
Thank you.
line up all these three, one after the other, and then do a build and perform. So
Oh,
it
okay.
will behave as if I've pressed the control key and clicked it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So this is one thing. Hmm, then you can also do okay, one more thing. Instead of right click, we can also do sending some example. I'm just giving you here. This is not a proper example, but you may need it sometime. Okay. So I'll just right click on it. Just right click here and send these bits. Okay. Um, so first what I'll do, I'll get the username in the login page. Make the email that we want to get started. I'll say user name equal to, I'll say driver dot get driver dot find by name and I'll get the username. Okay. Then I can actually create an actions builder, new actions on the driver. Then I'll perform action. Send keys. I'll just say this is just a variable name. Send keys. Okay. Equal to new action, or I can say builder dot key down. Um, I'll pass in my username. What shall we perform here? We can actually perform any send keys actually. Um, okay, first of all, I'll instead of key down, I'll just do a key. Let's try key down with shift. Okay, then again I can do send keys. I can say keys, or I can directly say ABC. Then I can say dot key up. Okay, I can say keys dot shift dot build.
What does keys dot shift does?
Pressing the shift button and holding it. Key down will press it, key up will release it.
Okay.
And finally, I'll do this send keys dot perform. I can store it in a variable and then perform it, or I can directly do a dot perform here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll just do a sleep.
We cannot do this directly on the action. Why do we need the builder?
Yeah, you can do it on the
Action.
action. You can.
Created
I
two
just
options.
showed you Excel. Yeah. I mean,
No,
here
what
itself,
I meant,
you're talking
Two
about here
options.
itself, right? You can
yes.
see this action is going to return you object, right? I'm performing the action on that. You can directly copy this, put it inside the action here. Even the perform also you can put it there, like we did before.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just showing you that this is also possible.
Okay.
One minute. So Rishu, it's working fine for Google.com, is it?
Google.
Yes, Vinod,
Rishu,
it is. Yes, Vinod, it is.
is it okay? Let me try that. Let me
Sure.
first. Okay. Let's see if this works. Hmm, why didn't it work? Okay, I'm not sending the keys on this username. So I need to do username, right? So keys
Did you
now.
call that function, Bina?
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that also.
Yeah.
So I need to send that. Yeah. Send keystrokes. Let's try now. So basically what it did was, it should have done that. Give me a minute, I'll just confirm. There is a code. It should have come here, and it should have pressed the key. It should work like this. So these keys are giving trouble. Actually, this code I was expecting it to come like caps A, B, V, C, because we have the key press of shift, right? So I was expecting this to come in capital letters, but it is not happening. It is only coming as A, B, B, C. So for some reason, just like what we did for the right click right here, the key down and
Yes.
return is having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The same way, even here, the shift is also having trouble. So I'll check that and I'll get back to you.
So Vinod, we can
Okay.
just replace the element for this code. It can work for any, I think, any URL, I guess, the one I've sent. So that.
For the open new right click, is it?
Yeah.
So I'll just comment this part, and I'll comment this part. So not this one, the right click, right? And you want this to be google.com, correct? Issue, is that correct?
Yeah, Vinod, Google. And we will be opening the about link in the new tab uh, using the context book.
This one, is it?
The link path should be changed. Export.
Yeah, I'll just take that. For the about, is it? Which one?
Google. Google.com.
There is the about. You can't see the about.
Yeah, one minute,
It
I'll
should
just.
be in the top right corner,
Yeah.
top left corner, I guess. Yeah, top left corner. It shows the about.
For me, it is showing at the bottom here. This
Is it
one.
showing in the bottom? Okay, so maybe it may be bottom for you.
We'll just go back to our Eclipse. Close this.
Uh,
This. Is this start? Okay.
Vinod, you're
can
changing
you
the code in
use the
open new tab. You should change in right click function.
Vinod, can you use the code that I've sent like it is doing in one go? Yeah, in the comment section I have pasted the code.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'll just check that. Uh, Seems to be the same. Shall I first try this and then I'll do that?
Sure.
Mhm. It is opening, but it's not clicking. Let me try your code. This is issues code. Everything is the same.
Mhm. Operating system is the only difference, I guess. Mine is Windows and yours.
That's what I was about to say. Like, so this guarantees your work. You will get your job.
Yeah,
I told you, right? There are a
exactly.
lot of
OS issue.
things
Yeah.
happening. So in reality, you will have to test your application in multiple OS, multiple versions of the browser, multiple browsers. There's thousands of combinations, right? So This is why you will also need automation. So if you want to do the same testing to be done in many places, right? That is number of OS into number of browsers into different versions of the browser. So there will be a lot of combinations, correct? Mhm. So everywhere doing a manual testing would be like nightmare. So doing automation will help you here, correct? Yes.
Yes.
So that is you could see this code is supposed to work. So it will probably work for you at your end. So that's why I have just written the code. You try it everything. Maybe it is not working for Mac. Maybe. Okay. So try it in your code and you can let me know in tomorrow's class. Even for the send keystrokes, give this also a
Okay.
try. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's just a problem with Mac.
Mhm.
All right. Moving on. Next, I covered what all. Right click is done. Okay. Let's try with the robot class. Okay. I'll just comment this out. And for robot, let's go to the Salesforce. Okay. For that, I'll have to go back to open Salesforce and click this. This much I need. Then after this, what I'll do, I'll create another function, another way of doing the same operation. Okay, sending the keys only. But there is another,
Robot.
yeah, private static void, and this time we'll call it as robot function sample. And this, you can give any name for the function. Don't get confused with the robot function here. We'll just say sample. Okay,
Okay.
I'll just keep this here. With the robot function, we can do the same. So what I'll do, I'll just create robot r equal to new robot. We'll have to import it in Selenium. And
What is function? You know,
sorry,
what is robot function?
robot function is actually help you to do all the uh, kind of macro, I can say
Okay.
something similar to a macro. Okay, where you
Okay.
can sequence few things and you can send it. So but you'll see that I'll be doing the same set of operations, okay, but using the robot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what I'll do is I will say we can do a driver dot find element, and just instead of storing it into a variable, I'll just do it here itself. So it will be simple. I'll get the username by name by ID. I'll get the username. I hope the ID is correct. Dot send keys. I'll just send ABC. Till now I have not used robot. I'll just confirm if this is working fine. Okay, I'll show you where I use robot. So that I'll just go here. I'll just first confirm if my IDs are correct. This username is correct, and password is also correct. Okay, then username and password I'll just enter something. Then what I'll do using my robot, I can perform some keystrokes. Okay, so give me a minute. This time we'll use a key event dot virtual key underscore enter. Keyboard event. So I should use a key event. This time key press and next time key release. Okay, then I'll do a sleep. Let's see if this works. For which okay, shall we try this? All I have done is I'm entering some wrong user ID and password. Then I am just trying to press enter and release enter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me run this. No, it did not work. Let me try doing a sleep here. It's not working. But I guess it will work fine in your Windows. I guess so. I'm not very sure. I would suggest you give this also a try. Okay. Usually this
Okay.
used to work fine. On the same lines, we can also do control T. Like, let me try that. If
So
that
when we
works.
try to do this key press, key release, and then send this key event, what it is trying to do actually?
It is actually trying to do a enter. Like here, after you press
Can
the
you just
user ID,
manually show me what is it is doing?
I just press the enter, right? Usually I get hold of this login button and do a perform a click, correct?
Yeah.
Click operation.
Yeah, instead of the click operation, I'm just doing ABC here, and immediately pressing enter.
Okay.
So I was expecting this to happen.
Okay.
Okay, but that did not happen. But in your case, it may work. I want everyone to try this out. Okay, on
Mhm.
same lines, even control T also should work.
Control tab.
Yeah, to get the new thing. You can send the event. Okay, I'll have this code here. I'm pretty sure it won't work for me on Mac, but it should hopefully work for you on Windows. Okay, can you all try that and let me know in the next class whether it worked or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay. Even the control T is not working, but it should work for you. Okay. Please try it out and do let me know. Preeti. Give me a minute, Preeti. Yeah, Preeti, I have unmuted you
Uh,
now.
we know for control T, we no need to give key release.
You can. I'm
Okay.
not.
Without key release, it will work.
See, it's like key down and key up, right? Your new tab will get opened as soon as you do a key down. No need to do a key up to release it, right? I mean to open it.
Okay. Okay.
For that reason, you need not do it.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know then line number 167, what is the AWT exception along with
Actually,
the,
when you create a robot, right, it will say that this will throw kind of an exception. So you just need to catch it. So instead of doing a try catch, I did throw.
okay. So along with the interrupted exception, we need this also.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay. Moving on. So many things are not working properly because I'm on a Mac. Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay. Did I miss anything?
Hmm. Wait, uh,
We did.
in our test cases, like I faced one challenge, like when we are giving edit in the profile or some ad, new window will open, right? So, like if it is a frame, we can identify like with the tag name frame. But if it is not a frame, I mean, not the frame tag is available in the element, then how can we handle it? Whether we need to handle it as a another window or it's still frame.
Okay. That is with the test case, right? In Salesforce.
Yeah, if you go to Salesforce after login, you will go to my profile and there
Yeah,
under
I'll do it at
settings
the,
if you
I'll
edit.
do it at the end of the class. I'm just checking if I missed any locators
Yeah,
because
sure.
we did robot right click. We did drag and
Uh,
okay. Let's do a alert box now. Let's try if alert box works fine.
and yeah, sure. Also,
Um,
the following siblings, those details, will you share or
Yeah,
we
for the dynamic, I'm actually planning to request Abhi to do it. So he'll do it much. I mean, he has some more experience on that, so he'll be able to handle it. If not, I'll cover it.
okay.
Before that, I just want to cover up the locators because while doing the test cases, you should be clear on all the locators.
Yeah.
you didn't cover any tag name or class name, these locators, right?
I didn't cover what?
Tag name locator, link text, partial link text, all these things.
All the 8 locators, is that?
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute. I'll just do a release here because I could see that my control was stuck actually.
Okay.
Because it was in a press state itself. So I don't want this to happen to you. So I'm doing this release here. Okay. Now, you wanted me to cover the locators,
Link
right?
text.
Okay.
Yes, link text, partial link text.
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
Uh,
I'll probably
yeah,
go into
maybe
one of this. I'll go
you
into.
can go ahead. Like you said, you'll be telling at the end of the session, right? You can cover in that
I,
even.
I- I'll I'll cover that particular case over there, but before that, I'll just cover everything else here. So I'll just
Okay.
copy this. I'll give a new name, new variable something, and I'll just show what all locators are there. Okay, so the first locator is class name. You know what is class name, right?
Yes.
So when you're giving a class name, you'll have to give just the name of the class, not the
Mm-hmm.
expert. So as an example, if we go to right click, inspect username. Username has a where is it, input, and CSS selector. See, this is coming as hash username, but it's just because it's a ID. Here is our class. So this has multiple classes. So usually multiple classes may not work. So we can take an example of this login error here. Do you see this login error here? Login error message here. That has just a single class. So if I take this login error here and I go back to my Eclipse, I can do like by class name, and I can just give that class here. And hopefully this class is not used in more than one places. Hopefully, if it is used, you'll have to change this to a list of, because more than the class can have actually more than one, right?
Yes.
And this will change to elements, find elements. All right.
Here we can. Yeah.
So two things to cover here. One is same class name can be used by more than one web elements, right? The same styling can be applied to make many parts of your HTML page. For that reason, whenever you're using class name, it is suggested you do a find elements and get a list of elements. And from that, you can do a dot get by index or anything. You can do a for loop or whatever is your purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was about class name. Then I'll just comment this.
You can log into the login and you can find many things inside, like tag name, others you can go with it.
Inside Salesforce, is it?
Yes.
Okay. There we are. Let me try that. Okay. So next is like going back to our thing. What are the selectors do we have?
Locators.
Locators. We have CSS selector. So I think CSS selector we have already used it, right?
Yes. But can you do it again?
Yeah. So if you want to select the same, okay, something here, inspect. You have three options here: relative expert, absolute expert, and the last one being CSS selector. Correct?
Okay.
So this one is nothing but what will work here. If you do a dot CSS, you'll have to send in the CSS selector you copied.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And usually you use it. See, this is also something like a relative. So I mean absolute, which is very starting from
Relative.
body that is going on. But if you take something which has a ID, so maybe I'll just show an example of logout. This login button, right? So if you just choose that, you can see the relative, the CSS path is just hash followed by the username. Okay, so this one we can give it here.
Okay.
Like this. Okay, this will be username. Actually, this will also give multiple outputs, but because the selector is a hash here, this will be ID. So ID, I'm pretty sure this will return just one. So I need not have a correct. This
Yes.
will work. So I'll just change it back and I'll explain this in a separate example. Copy paste this. I'll just comment this, or yeah, I'll just say elements and I'll say this username. This is elements because if you have a CSS selector with a dot, dot is used for class name, hash is used for ID, right? Remember
ID.
our
Yes.
CSS, hash is used
Yes.
for ID, and ID is pretty much sure you'll get just one. So you can directly use find element and need not use the
Okay.
list. Even if you use the list, it will give you just one count.
Mhm.
Okay, and find elements is I would suggest go with find elements for dot, because there are chances of more than one item being written.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Mhm.
understood the CSS selector.
Yes.
Okay, next let me do the driver dot find element by the next locator is id, which we have used it. Link text is nothing but someone had an example. Where was that?
The link.
After we log in, is it?
Yes.
Where was it?
Actually, that lightning space is there. Lightning space. Switch to Salesforce Classic. This is a link text.
Oh, these links, yeah.
Yep.
Inspect for the H reference, right?
Mhm.
So I think you'll have to
Link
give the,
text, you can give the name. Switch to classic view. That is the text of that link.
give me a minute. So this one, right?
Yes.
So I can actually give. Where is it? Should I be giving this one or URL? I forgot.
URL you cannot give URL. You should give only the name. Like a switch to Salesforce Classic. This is the text of that particular link.
Hmm.
So you should give by dot link text of switch dot the text value. Yes.
And then
But
dot
it will
perform.
not. Yes. Dot
This one.
click. And it will not open for you. You should go for that image first. Then it will work.
Sorry. Oh, I mean, you have
Mm.
to click the image first and then do this, right?
Yes. Yes.
Shall we do that operation now? It's
Yes.
better. Instead
Sure.
of just writing the code, I'll perform it. So
Mm.
what should I click? I need to get hold of this one. So I'll do an inspect of this, and I need to get this div here and XPath this ID absolute XPath. I'll go to this button. There's also some random. I'll get button where class equal to zero matches.
What did you do? Like we can't see it.
I'm just trying out how to get hold of this image.
Okay.
Was anyone
So
successful in getting hold of this?
I
are we
think
trying to get the class with bear?
Selenium.
Yeah.
So can we do the contact contains
Oh, it
like
didn't work.
div class contains bear instead of class is equal to bear?
Yeah. Right.
I think
Rishi, can you
Selenium.
send me that contains code here? I'll just try it.
Uh, yeah. So this is the class name we are trying to access, right? Span with the span, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So this one, yeah. So we can say span contains
There. Okay.
two forward slash span contains, yeah. Or we can use the whole class name, right?
Yeah, but two things are written here.
Or there are
Just
two IDs. Okay, so we have to uniquely identify that. And can you inspect the element that we are trying to find? I just wanna take a look of
yes.
the element.
Here the
Those are
profile image.
Image. Okay. So can we
Yes.
do /image for that after this? img /img. Just one. Just one forward slash. Do we have img in that?
No, no, no.
no. We have a div
Mm-hmm.
and
I
I
think
need
it worked
you.
for Selvanandini in the morning. We know.
Yeah, Selvanandini with it.
Yeah, actually, I did like, I mean, he go till that image. Uh, I took the same that element, but inside that you will have one image. So here in the image, we need to take title as a unique title. User is unique, right? So with that, we need to come up with the expert.
Okay, so image at the rate title is equal to user. I think that will pinpoint to that image.
Yeah,
Selvanandini, can you share that?
yeah. 1 minute, I will share the expert to Vinod.
Okay. Because this didn't really work for me. I tried many ways.
No, even I felt like the same, but after he sent me that expert, it was
Three. Three.
Or three matching. Okay. So what is the parent element for this?
Vinod, I send you that expert in
But
chat
there's
window.
only
Span and div are the parent elements, but still.
I have done the same thing. AMG at the rate title user.
Yeah, same thing, same.
This will work fine, but I don't know why is it returning three. But let's consider it is it will take the first one. It is returning usually more than one. It will just work on the first element. So what I'll do is here driver.
Did it work for you, Selvanandini?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which test case is it in the Salesforce?
I think it's second or third. Like where you need to switch to that classic view.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I have stood up. I should have written a new function. So let me undo all this. Okay. And I will go back here. Generate new function. Private static void use case one. I'll just say use case one. Okay. You can give it your own names. Use
Okay.
case this. I don't need this. I need this. Then I'm going to click here. I'm just getting user and login. Okay. After I log in, I need to call this function. Shall we try this?
Yes.
After find element, do we have to click on that? The first
Didn't I click it?
when you select.
Oh yeah, you need to click. Simply let it fill.
Vinod, after click, you need to give some wait time because once it is clicking, it won't identify immediately. It's like
Yeah,
backwards
we had
forward.
given it. Okay.
You have
I
to
just sent you
semicall.
some code in chat window.
Here, right? You want to sleep here.
Red dot sleep.
After
No.
click, yeah.
Okay, let's try now. Yeah, it is switching. Switching, right?
Yes.
Okay. All good, right? So this is working.
Okay.
So what did you want to know next? I I think I was in between this XPath and this, right? Other locators.
Tag, tag name, partial link text.
So I covered class name, CSS selector ID, link text, name also I think we covered, right?
Yes.
So username something we covered the name. Partial link text is just giving the same text with partial link.
Yeah,
So
half of the link
yeah,
text.
we
It
can
will
try
work.
the same thing here. Instead of the same
Yes.
link text, we can give this, copy this. But instead of this classic, I'll just remove this, switch to Salesforce, and I'll just comment this code. I'll rerun this to see if this works fine. Okay. Now, others, did you get this? Basically, what I did was link text needs to have the complete text of the link. Partial link text, you need to have only half of it. I mean, you can have half or anything. Basically, the use case where we will be using this is if you have something like welcome Vinod or welcome username, right? So there, if you want to get hold of that particular link text and you don't know what is going to be the username after you log in, correct? So in such cases, you can use this partial link text. Did you get the use case of this, everyone?
Yes, Vinod.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's try if this is working first. Oh, it is already in the, okay. Previously, it was in the other one, right? It was in this, my account had already been switched over to the classic view. So it did not work. This time it should work. Did you get what happened, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've switched it to the lightning view again. Now if I run it, so you can see the day-to-day difficulties you are facing, right? If the first time you assume something, the second time it breaks. So that's what keeps you busy on your day-to-day job. Let's see the login now. Yeah, it is working fine. All right. All right. So next is coming back. Okay, I'll come in this again. Let's see. I think just one or two more. Driver dot find element by partial and tag name.
Tag
XPath we have
name.
already used it. Tag name is nothing but if you have a tag.
A or something, but you should give find elements of
Yeah.
input type or
Let's see a sample. Can anyone give me a sample for this? I don't have a handy.
Vinod.
Mm-hmm.
Vinod, go with find elements. Given a link of web elements, and you should catch it.
Yeah, yeah.
The switch to Salesforce Classic is also a link. So its tag name is A. So all the elements which have a tag name as A will be returning there.
One minute. So basically, usually this tag name will return more than one, right? Because
Yes, yes.
Not necessarily, we can also.
yeah, if there is one, then it may not return. But usually that is not the case. So if you go with some tag like body, header, and all that, maybe you will get that. What I mean is, if you remember my sample of, give me a minute. I'll just open Eclipse. Where is my Eclipse? Okay. If you remember HTML class, I had done this, right? I'll just start comment. Okay. So if you remember HTML, we used to do tags like this, right? So input, uh, remember, and we used to have attributes here, height equal to some radio or whatever. Remember this thing here? So I told you this will be the tag name. This will be the tag name. This will be the attribute, and this will be the attribute value. You remember this, Samira?
Yes.
So when writing our XPath, if you remember, we used to use XPaths like this, right? We used to do double
Mhm.
slash, then followed by the tag name. For
Input.
image, we did img, then we did img for image, then we open braces, we did at the rate
Attribute.
title attribute name equal to user.
Value.
Remember this one?
Yes.
So here, this is the tag name, this is the attribute name, this is the attribute value, correct?
Yes.
Uh, if you do, just if you do just img, this will return
Mhm.
all the images, correct?
Yes.
You can check it here. If you do slash slash img, this will return all your images. Do you see that
Mhm.
here? There is 26 images on this screen.
Okay.
Okay, the same you can actually do with that particular selector. Where is my Eclipse? Yeah. So going back to here, if you do img, this should return all your images. Rishi, is this correct?
Uh, yeah, it web list, but yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Then we have to use web elements,
Yeah.
and we have to store that in a list. So usually the use of tag happens when suppose we have a table, and under that table we have lot of rows, right? So we will locate the table with finding the element locator of the table. Then we will get all the rows by tag name using
Yeah.
the table element, and then
So
we
what?
will iterate
Yeah.
within a table.
Yeah. So I'll just give you a sample of what Rishi is telling. We need to cover that as well. So for now, this particular locator, just remember that it will behave as good as this by XPath. So what I mean is, um I'll just write the comment here so it is easy for you to understand. The below two lines will return same result. Okay, I'll just keep this comment so it is easy for you to understand. I'll just name this as 1 and name this as 2. The second time I'll do it by XPath. Okay, and this time the XPath expression I'll give it as slash slash img. Is this correct, Rishu? Others,
Yes.
do you agree? So these two are the same things. Okay, and for the, okay, I'll give another example also, so that, see, I'm just trying to cover some part of the dynamic XPath. Just get to know this. After that, when we cover the dynamic XPath, it will be easy for you to understand. I mean, related XPath. I'll give another example. Web element and say web element username 1 equal to driver dot find element by dot id. If I say username, this is as good as telling and say username 2, but this time I'll do this XPath and I'll say hash here. Is this okay, everyone?
This is a CSS selector, right? This is not
Yeah,
XPath.
CSS. Oh yeah. Okay. And the same way, if you go by class name, I don't have an example. I can just say, I'll just write it again. Maybe button. I'm just coming up with example. First, let me finish it. Find element by class name. I give okay, login button. This is as good as telling CSS selector with the dot. Is this clear? Rishu, is this correct?
Yes, yes.
Others, everyone, have you understood this?
Yes, Vinod.
Okay. What else? I'm just thinking of if there is anything equivalent. So basically, remember, when you need to do automation, there is not just one way to do it. There are multiple ways to do it. Like I have shown you here. You can go by tag name, you can go by XPath, you can go by dynamic XPath, you can go by ID, CSS selector, anything. One important interview question is how many CSS, I mean, how many locators does Selenium support? This is one
8.
important question. Okay. So remember each one of them. Remember how to use each one of them. But when you're working on the project, right, that doesn't need to be, you don't need to remember each and everything. Because
Okay.
if you have an ID, you can use it by ID or you can use it by CSS selector. The same lines using XPath or using tag name or anything. You can switch over anything you prefer. Okay.
Okay.
But just for the interview purpose, you need to remember what are the different locators and how many are there. Okay. For Selenium, we have 8. When it comes to protractor and APM and all that, we'll have some more. That time we'll learn more locators. For now, just remember that Selenium has just 8. All right.
Okay.
All right.
We know what is the difference between name and class name?
Name is actually coming for influx. You remember our other example? I'll just show you. I think it was there for username. I'll just log out. There will be attribute by name. Name.
Name equal.
Inspect. See this name here? This input has name as username. You see this here?
Yeah.
I think this is small, but
Yeah,
I
I
just.
can.
Is it zooming for you? No, right?
No, it's not showing. Yeah, but I can see name
Yeah.
equals to
So
username.
So basically, when you have an attribute of name, just like the attribute of ID is supported, attribute of name is also supported.
Okay.
That's the name, yeah. All right.
Okay.
We covered 8 different locators. We covered different things. What else? What else? I'm just checking. So actually, today I'll be covering almost everything in locators. Um, from tomorrow, you should be able to handle the use cases and all that. Okay.
Okay.
Let's try 2 more things. One is I'll cover the alert. Okay. Then I'll cover um, um, okay. Windows, right? Okay. I'll just try to cover a few more. Is it okay? Another 30 minutes, everyone? Samira, others, are you okay with another 30 minutes of classroom?
Yeah,
Yes,
Vinod.
when
Yeah.
Okay, so next let's try another. Let me go back to my page here. I'll just comment this code so that it doesn't disturb you. Yeah. So now let's comment this as well. Now let me open up another website. Give me a minute. Let me just give. Okay. This is actually a sample website. Okay, where they have done different options of open a new browser window on click of a button. Okay, and open new message. Okay, and new browser tab. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yes, no, Samira, do you see this?
Yes, yes, Vinod.
Yeah. So I want to replicate this and I want to show you how to control this.
Okay.
Okay, using automation. So let's go back. Let me copy this URL. I'll write a new function, open URL. Sorry. And this time I'll give this URL and then I'll write a function to click to open new window. I haven't created this function, so let me go here. I'll just create it here itself. Public static void. Sorry. So now you are able to realize why I did these functions, right? Without these functions, it would have been a nightmare. So much
Yes.
of code. Okay, I'll just minimize everything else. Here, I will actually do something. I'll get hold of the button. Let me see what is the button here. Inspect this. Okay, this is ID button 1. Okay, I'll just copy the text path. I can get driver dot find element by. You can go by ID or by XPath. I'll go by XPath because I have just copied it. I'll just paste this, then click it. Okay. The moment I click it, it should open a new window, right?
Yes.
Let's confirm if it is working. Yeah, it did work. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring it up. Actually, it opened up in a new in my other monitor. Give me a minute. It opened up that opened up like this. Okay, so this is working fine. I'll just give a sleep here because it is doing everything a little bit faster.
Mhm.
Okay, and this will need a post declaration, and after it does this, I can do something like string window one driver dot get window handle. Okay, I'll tell you what this is. First, let me make sure this works fine.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, system, system out. Okay, let me try this. See this handle number here, which got printed. So basically, every window will have this some unique number. Okay,
I-
this is actually going to give you the current handle. Okay,
Okay.
but the same thing, I'll just change this. I can make it a list, or in this case a set, because it will always be unique, right? I can go with a set, and
Mhm.
I can say all windows. Okay, and this will be
Window handle.
that
Window
handles.
handles.
Yeah, handles. And I'll just have to include this, import this util, set util.
Mhm.
Then after this, what I can do is um, I can do a for loop and then print on. That is one thing I can do. But I don't think I need to do that. There's no point in printing it. Why do we need this? We can actually switch over. I'm just thinking of
Driver dot switch to window handles.
yeah.
So why do we need this? I mean, like,
Yeah,
uh,
I'll tell you why we need it. Give me a minute. Uh,
When there are multiple windows, when we want to switch back and forth, do we have to do this?
yeah. If you want to
so
switch from one
Vinod,
to other,
all windows dot get. Can you do all windows dot get and then specify in?
Basically, windows dot size, and we can. all windows dot space.
Calculator contains.
Actually, if we can store all windows in the array list, and then we can do get 0, 1, 2
Yeah, it's better to do
instead
that.
of set.
I'll just give a different name. All Windows. Maybe I'll give ID because it's some Unix string, right? I'll just name it like that. I'll just say this dot to array, and I'll have to say new string, and I have to give the size. I can give all Windows. And now I can use this. So basically, it is returning multiple window IDs, right? So I'm just taking one of it. I just need that string. Just like what string we got for Windows 1, right? We got this Unix string. Instead of hard coding this one, yeah, I'm just converting it into a string and then it's as good as giving this one. Okay. I'm just getting the ID and giving it here. Okay. I hope this works. For to make sure this works, give me a minute. What I'm doing is- I'll just switch over to my where is my Eclipse. Okay. Are you seeing my Eclipse right now?
Yeah.
I'll just open. I'll just show you my other screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my Google page?
Yes, Vinod.
Okay. The reason I switched over is because Chrome is actually default opening. Sorry, the Firefox is default opening for me in this particular monitor. So every time I used to keep dragging. So now I'll just switch over to this monitor and I'm just running it now. So I start. Okay, give me, there is an error. So I'm actually going to run it now. Okay, I'm clicking on the play button. It should bring up the Firefox. It is bringing up the Firefox. It is going to open that particular page. It is going to click on the browser. It opened up.
New
Okay.
window got open.
Yes, but I did not do anything on that. I'll just switch over to my code again. Okay. Did you see that the window was open, was very small, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We can
Uh,
maximize, right?
yeah, we can maximize to see if it is working. So where is my maximize? No, initialize. Initialize. I can do the same.
Driver dot window dot manage dot.
Remember this window? We did a maximize, right? So if you
Yeah.
remember, much was actually giving you a driver dot window. The same window we have it here. So we can just directly do a dot maximize. Dot manage dot maximize.
Okay.
So manage dot window. So it's just switching. It's better we do it separately or this will also work. I'll just try it out.
So these are used to close all the windows which are open.
No, actually switch to this window, right? It'll actually, it is as good as telling that when you have two windows, you're clicking on which window to select. I can show you. You have one window here and you have other window here, right? There is other window. Two windows, correct?
Yes.
So it is as good as switching between the windows.
Okay.
This is switching between the windows, right? So we are trying to
Yes.
perform the operation. So this will switch over the window. Then let me do it separately. Driver dot manage that window. Yeah, push it, maximize it.
Okay.
Are you clear with the code? Shall I switch over my monitor?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so now you should see my Firefox open up and starting the code. Hopefully it should maximize. Yeah, it is maximizing. Did you see that? Without switching over, if I did a maximize, my initial window would have maximized. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
So the switch code is actually going to give you control that which is the selected window. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So I'll just change this name to uh, click open new window and switch.
Okay.
So Vinod, inside that all Windows ID we have put 1. If we do 2,
It will give error because there are only two IDs, two windows open. If you have multiple
you can
windows,
use, okay, so you can
it
use
is
0.
always, yeah, you can use zero. It is always suggests better to use a for loop or loop through all the windows and get to a particular window.
Okay.
Vinod, I have a question. Like, is it like that? How we are storing array like with the index 0, 1, 2, 3? Same thing. The windows with the session ID are um, can be identified. Like
Sorry?
you gave window 1, right? So if I gave window 0, it will go to my parent. I mean, main window, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So it's saving like session ID was taking an as an index, right? First
Uh,
session
it
from the
I'm not
Windows.
sure whether it is the session ID. I'm not very sure it is a session ID, but it is some ID, some unique number.
Okay,
Window
save.
handler ID.
Yeah. So
For
it is
each
actually,
window, it will create a unique ID.
yeah, it's that's
Okay,
all. So it is not actually a session ID. Session ID is something different in web development. Okay. This
okay,
is not the
These are
session.
window handlers ID, Vinod. Like for each window we create open, it will create a unique ID.
Yeah, that's right. So it is actually, as she said, it is a window handle ID. It is not the session ID, but it is some ID which is unique.
okay. By the time, I mean, say first I open the URL, then I'm having some two windows means then like my second open window will have ID 2 and the last sorry, last open window will have ID 2 and the second open will have 1. Is it
Yeah.
like that?
Yes.
So as
Yes,
of
yes.
now, see, this is now I just created one here, and sorry, you have totally three, four windows, right?
Yeah.
There is no other window. Okay. So totally you have four windows here, right? So
Okay.
it is never guaranteed that which is the first one. No, there is no parent-child relationship here. Okay, so it doesn't mean that this is zero, this is one, this is two, this is three. That is not always true. Whichever is active could be the zero when you do it the next time. So currently, if you are on this window and if you are running Selenium, this will be the zero and the starting next will be the one. So it is actually a
Okay.
circle, kind of a circle. So never
Okay.
hard code it. Okay. So if you really see the use case, then you can imagine it and come up with your own ideas. It is just common sense, actually.
Okay.
Okay. And
So
most of the cases, what you assume may not be true. Always run the code, see if your code is working, and then validate it. All right.
Vinod, one more point, Vinod. Like when we give a window handlers ID, when we are catching in a list or set, whatever might we are catching it, so it's creating a unique ID for each window. We are storing it in a set. So we are taking the index value of the set. So
Mm-hmm.
we are
okay.
calling the windows by the index values of those windows. So the ID will be different. It will generate uniquely for each window.
Yeah.
We are referring the index value of those windows and we are calling getting it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Instead, if we refer the ID values, it would be the same each time. That's what
Yes.
you meant by that.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
so what she's actually telling is when you are on this window, okay, get the ID, store it into a string. After, I mean, where is my thing?
You're storing it in a set.
No, what I meant was, yeah. Now you are on this window, right? Before even clicking this button, get the ID, store it in some string. After that, click it, go to the next window, get the ID and store it somewhere. So
Like
now switch
it's
over.
not like that, Vinod. Generally, when a window opens, it creates a unique ID. If we want to store the index values and call those windows or handle those windows, we can store them in a set or whatever list we have, and we can call by index values.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So
Okay,
what I
once the
meant to say
window
is,
is
1 minute, 1 minute. I'll show my code, then you can ask your questions. Okay. So far you have understood this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What I meant to say is now we have window one, right? This is our main window, right?
Yes.
Here you could see that I was doing all windows of one. If I actually do this one, I'll just copy this and I'll just show you what I mean. Um, I'll do a thread dot sleep for maybe 5 seconds. And after this, I'll switch over to the window, but this time I will not do a 0. Instead, I'll just give this value because I know the value what to do. String, I have the string already. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
Uh, Let me do the maximize for the other one. Hmm. Let me rerun this. Before I rerun, I'll switch over my monitor again. Let me rerun. I'm starting it now. So browser opens up, maximizes, then it does the URL open, then gets the ID, opens this. Now this will maximize. Just wait for 5 seconds. Hopefully it should switch back to the other window. It actually did not switch uh, because I'm just checking my code. Give me a minute. Let me try to minimize. So we have a minimize. No. Change the position. Then we have a close.
What are you searching for, Vinod?
I want to switch back to the old window.
Switch to default context. Will it help?
Yeah, default
This should
context.
also work. Right? Switch to the window should work.
So you want to show the IDs of the window, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, Vinod, actually first when you created window one and gave it an driver dot get window handle, and when you print it like system dot out dot println window one, if you see in the output, it has given some code 5294967297. That is the ID of that particular window one.
Mm.
Yes.
So we are storing this particular ID values in this set.
Yes.
Then we are calling it.
Well,
Yes.
is the window ID dynamically generated because we are storing it in it somewhere, right? And then we
That's
are
what
using.
even I'm wondering. And let me try it
Yes.
once.
Instead of that, all windows, can you try with 0?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying this thing.
Okay.
Let me, I mean, I just don't want to confirm before it works. So let me see if it works. Or who
Okay.
knows, it could be a Mac error. And new window is coming up. I have not maximized it. Let me see if it switches back. It is not switching over. Oh. Why is it not switching? Okay, let me retry. Let me just bring up the window.
Or like we are just switching it, right? We are not performing any action, so it's not. We are not able to see whether the control is in uh,
Hmm. Could be,
change to Windows or not.
could be. Let me confirm and then let me switching to this window. Okay, here. I think we are running out of time. Maybe this one also I'll prepare the code and I'll share it with you. I'll send you
Uh,
an email once it is ready.
okay, Vinay. I just want to know, like, in the test case, I'm stuck up with that step. Like, we are getting new window in that Salesforce. So whether it is a frame or a window, did
Alert,
anyone try?
alert is
Okay, yeah. I had promised that, right? So yeah, we can go through that. Shall I stop the recording for now for the classroom?
yes.
Okay,
I
I'll
think
just.
it's a case of alert. Alert case is used there.
No,
Assertions.
alert is like uh, it will come with the browser. Like, I'm
So
not sure
is
how
it
to
is
handle it.
One more thing before we start off with the test case. I want you all to confirm that this is working or not working in Windows. Can you try this code of switching over the Windows in Windows and see if it is working? Not now. You can try it and send me an email.
okay?
You can try
Vinod,
this one.
do we have access to this code in the
Yes,
Yeah,
you
drive?
can
I'll
share
be
the
giving you
code in
access
drive.
right away.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
give this code now. Okay. I want you to try this one. I want you to try other two functions. Right? Something was not working.
Actions class up key
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 press and
arrow up
something was
and
not
key down.
working.
Yes.
So those things I want you all to try and write me an email. Okay.
Okay.
I want to see email from individually from everyone to see if it worked or not. All right.
You know that
Okay, Vinod.
tried and press enter search Google search press enter. It worked for me for
Yeah.
using robot.
Yeah. I know. So just give it a try and send me an email. That'll be good.
Okay, Vinod.
So maybe I'll have to look out for a Windows machine now. Let's see. For now, let me close all these
So,
things.
Vinod, what if it was a real-time scenario? If they want us to work on
Look, see,
Mac?
it is not that it won't work on Mac. In Mac,
Uh,
maybe you'll have to write some extra code. Remember the if-else condition I showed you? If it is Mac OS, do
yes.
this. The reason I showed you was the same thing here. So if it is Mac, behave like this. If it is not, behave like this. We can write like that. See, if you remember, I told you for Windows it is command. I mean, for Windows it is control, and for Mac it is command,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So such things, how do you handle in your code? You have to write that if-else condition. So that
Mm-hmm.
if-else condition will come in handy.
Okay.
Alright. So, so now I got lost. We need to talk about the test case, right?
Yeah.
Oh, talk about the test case now. What do you want me to replicate now?
Uh, just manually, I will say the steps. Can you open Salesforce login page?
I'm on the page. Let me log in.
Yeah.
Yes, tell me.
Just log in.
Mm-hmm. I've logged in.
Then switch to Lightning experience
So it is lightning
or
now.
classic one.
Okay, I switch to classic.
Then under your user menu, I mean Vinod Murthy in the header.
Okay.
Yeah, just click it. Go to my profile. Here under your image, near to that contact, you will have one pen icon, right?
Yes.
Downward, yeah. Just click it, yeah. So from there, I need to switch my control to this edit profile window, and there I need to
Switch.
perform operation. So first I need to switch it, right? Switch to this window, right?
Switch
You are
to
So
able to come
frames.
to this point, is it? You are able to come
uh,
to bring up this pop-up.
yeah, I'm able to bring up this pop-up now. Whether how to like whether it is a window or a frame or a,
It's a frame. It's a frame.
No,
but
but there
it
are no frames in that page, right? When you check for it,
yeah,
effectively,
when I'm checking it, I'm not getting any frame tag in
right.
that source code, so I'm
You
confused.
want to see how
Like
do I
when we
how
try
to
to get the about buttons, ID, it's not verifying that for
I
me
tried
at least.
till switch to that window, but after that I'm not able to proceed.
Yeah, that's right. Same thing happened to me also.
You
If
have
I give frame, it's not working. If I give as a frame, it's not working. So I need to do it as a window or like there it's some other than windows and frame. So did anyone have any idea how to handle it?
can check with
There is an iframe I can see.
iframe. Yes, yes.
There is
I
an
even
iframe just
Oh,
above
there
that
is.
frame border.
you can
Is equal to
expand this
no.
iframe and you can find that something
this
about
one, right?
Yes.
iframe.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So you
Okay.
can
It's
So
defined as iframe.
okay, then switch to like iframe
Iframe.
of
Yes,
I mean
yes.
frame of
Switch.
one I need to give or a zero.
No,
no, no,
you
it's
have
not
to use
it's
the
not a
ID
context.
like driver
You have
dot
to
switch to frame by ID.
so that
That's what
what
I
1 minute, Rishu, I'll just confirm. Uh, what Rishu is telling here is just like we got elements by tag name and XPath, right? So this is
mm.
also another tag. The only difference is this comes dynamically. So what
So
is the
with the
advantage of
ID we
using
can
this
go,
key?
right?
Uh, when you click this, the iframe would be usually created. Okay.
Yeah.
In this case, it may be hidden and invisible, but usually in web development, whenever there is a pop-up or something like this, we create the frame dynamically. Okay, so if you probably search for this frame, I'm not sure how they have handled the developers have handled in this case, but in cases where we have been TechArc, right? I
Yeah.
mean, when we develop that, usually these iframes we dynamically generate it. So what I mean by that is, if you copy this XPath and search element by this XPath, initially you may not find it, but after clicking the edit button, you'll find it. So give a sleep after you click the edit button, then search by ID or search by XPath for the iframe, and from
Okay.
there you should be able to get it.
Yes, it will work like that. Switch
Okay.
to frame of frame web element. It will work.
So
Okay.
you want to see how to do that, right?
Driver
So
dot
Uh,
switch to frame of frame web
switch,
element is a syntax you can.
yeah, here, right? So just like we did the switch over here,
Mm, yep.
where is that? I just write it here. Use case code sample. Okay, it should be something like driver dot switch to. You have this frame, right? You'll have to get the frame ID after you. How do you? Okay, you can call the frame element itself.
So
We can
yeah,
call web element. We can
yeah,
store the X path of the frame.
right.
Then we can call it. Yes, this will work even.
Yeah.
okay.
So
Like uh, as you said, like it will create dynamically, right? So how can
Yes.
I get the tag in my inspect
just try it
element?
once. No, this is
No,
what I
just
did.
now I tried. Like, can you go back to the browser page? You know.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, just close that frame.
Mm-hmm. Tell me.
Okay, but now you are getting it right. Iframe some.
So it's okay. See, ultimately, automation testing cannot be performed without manual testing. Remember
Yeah,
that.
I
You
understand, but I mean, I'm not getting that iframe tag. I don't know how to get it in that inspect element.
no, just go to the right click here and inspect.
Okay, whole frame you want me to inspect?
Yes, this is complete frame.
1 minute, I'll
Frame
check.
is what?
I
The
think this is
separate frame you should identify. Like iframe is also a tag, I guess. Tag name, yes.
I,
Iframe is a tag name. You can
if
get
you right click on this
elements
thing,
back.
yeah, this is
iframe is also a element actually, HTML
Element,
element.
HTML
Yeah,
element, yeah, it's a tag name.
yes,
You
yes.
can call by tag name something, iframe.
yeah. So if you remember the videos we played in TechArc portal, right? The
Mhm.
pop-up which comes there, that is also iframe.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, now I got it.
Okay. Any more questions?
And
So I'll just
again, when we want to switch back to our window, we can give like switch to default content,
Default.
right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that will work,
We
right?
have that option. Yeah. Mostly it
Oh,
will work default content.
okay, thanks. This is what I studied. I mean, I'm unable to get that iframe tag in that inspect element. Now I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, we can have it as a frame or iframe. It depends on the developer. The one who develop it, he may call it as a frame or he may give it as name as iframe. So you
Okay,
need to check with that. That's it.
okay,
yeah,
thank you.
I'm keeping this here. The same function I'm keeping it here. You can just search it in my code.
Okay. Vinod, can you please share the code within an hour or so that we can
1 minute. 1 minute.
check, go with it.